I am as constant as an northern star, and I said, constant in the darkness. Where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. On the back of a cartoon poster, in a blue TV screen light, I drew a map of Canada. Oh, Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. Oh, you remind me of that holy wine that tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I drink a case of you. Ooh, darling, I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. I'm a lonely painter. I live in a box of paints. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. I remember
That picture was funny.
you told me, you said, love is touching souls. Surely you touched mine, heart you pours out of me, and it's right from time to time.
Goodness gracious. Who is this person, spirits that hit the thumbs down? Who is this person? Show me exactly who it is, spirits. We're feeling really witchy tonight. Oh, okay, it's all good. It's all good. Just spirit, y'all. It's just spirit. Thank you, Hecate.
Stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, you are in my blood, you're my holy wine, you're so bitter, bitter and so sweet.
What does the spirit want? I banish you as spiritist parades. As spiritist parades. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Lord, so a spirit came through here. Soon as I went live, probably about 30 seconds before I went live, a spirit came through. So I thought it would be interesting. Hello, this is High Priestess Jamila. I have a decision to make, and I am at a crossroads. And I want to see if the tarot is going to help me to make a decision. Hello, Shireen. Hello, sweetie. Hello, hello. Y'all, we making liver pate tomorrow. I'm making it for the kids. It's so nutritious. It is so nutritious. The gods are going to be so happy tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to try to get chicken livers too. I like chicken liver better than beef liver. I don't know why. So let me tell y'all what the deal is. I have been needing to buy new furniture for the house. And of course, sorry guys, my allergies. Let me take my allergy medicine. Of course, some expenses that I had from my children and their father. Okay, I still take care of my baby daddy, by the way, too. Just to let y'all know, my ex baby daddy, which really that shouldn't be going down at all. But he's like, lady, I contributed that one sperm, and damn it, you're going to give me my damn credit. I'll give him credit for that. Okay. So, yeah, that's some money behind that. Ooh, Lord. So, I put my stuff in storage last October when I moved out of the house. When I moved out of, not even going to keep mentioning it. When I moved out of the house that I lived in last year, I put my stuff in storage. And when you put your stuff in storage and you're paying $170 a month, you expect for your stuff to be kept dry. Well, evidently that's not what happened. Evidently, because like all of my Christmas decorations, like the light up stuff, like the lights, everything just doesn't work. Right? And so I'm thinking, So I was putting on my thinking cap tonight because I was like, that's kind of weird. Like the fact that that happened. Okay, now my Christmas tree, it already didn't work. The original lights on the Christmas tree went out, and we just went ahead and bought extra lights. Like for some reason, the original lights went out. I bought the tree from Walmart. It was no warranty because y'all know y'all can purchase an extended warranty with them Christmas trees. Anything that's electrical, anything, you can purchase a warranty. I don't know if they offer a warranty on their clothes though. I don't think so. So a lot of the electronics, like if you go there and you buy like a PlayStation 5 and that shit stop working, like if you got a warranty, they'll replace it. Sorry guys, I had to wet my whistle for some reason. A spirit came through here. Ed Spiritus Parit. Shit, what the hell? Ooh, a hateful ass spirit, a male spirit came through. One of my ancestors. Let me ask. One of my father's ancestors' spirits? Yep. 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 And it's not a good one. You're banished. We don't need your input. So I move and I put my stuff in storage, and the stuff is in storage for probably like 6 months. Obviously, some shit got wet. Obviously, it was not, the moisture must have done it because there was a wig in the same box, and it was the wig that I lost. So my cousin did not steal my wig. You are free, Miss Seeley. You free. Okay, my cousin is free. Okay, she did not steal my wig. I accused my cousin of stealing my wig. I actually found that wig. So, thank you, goddess. I thought my cousin stole my wig, y'all. Okay, it's story time. Okay, anyway, but that's just a little side note, little thing. I found the wig in the same box with the Christmas stuff, and the wig smelled like mildew. Okay, and we had just used the Christmas tree. Like literally, we actually had just used it the year before that. So, my question is for the spirits, and I'm going to ask the cards tonight to help me make this decision. That's why I'm here. No need to attack me. Okay, I know how to sue a company without an attorney. Okay. Because a lot of these attorneys, unless you got one eyeball hanging out and your titty done got cut off, Y'all, I watched this fucking movie on Netflix. We couldn't even watch it. There's a movie about a tsunami on Netflix. Oh my God, it was so graphic. Like, we were watching it and I already felt like anxiety. I was like, what the fuck? Like, these people was vacationing. All of a sudden, a damn tsunami came through, y'all. And like, it was real, real. Like, I don't have nothing against Netflix. I'm not speaking anything against anybody and the people that made that movie, but I'm just saying it was a little too gory for me. They showed this woman, okay, in one scene after the tsunami passes, her and her son are alive, the rest of her family dies, right? And so she's walking along, and her son is behind her, and he looks down at her leg, and like half of her fucking calf is hanging off. And then she turns around, and he's like, "Mom, mom," and she turns around, she's like, "What?" Half of her goddamn titty was hanging off. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Y'all, I said, me and my son both agreed, we can turn this shit off. I can't look at no shit like that. I am an empath. If you're an empath, please don't watch that movie. Please don't, because we too sensitive for that shit. And that shit looked too real. Like, I know it was fake, but it looked too real. I said, I can't. Hey, Jacretia. Oh God, I couldn't watch it. We couldn't get through the first 15 minutes of it. Fuck that. I am an empath. I'm an indigo child. I really don't like human suffering. Plus, I'm a witch, and we're responsible for 30 to 50% of the hurricanes. So it blew my shit away. But anyway, if y'all want to know witches, women, period. That's why we're so gravely hated on the planet worldwide, because our emotions cause the fucking ocean to bubble. It does. I swear to God, and the gods are with me right now. Who, Lord, I'm telling y'all. Let me burn some money for the ancestors and appease them right now. Okay, I do important work. I do the work of God. Everybody knows it. And living with me will teach you how to do with the high priestess style shit. For real. Okay. Okay, so listen. I asked the spirits and I thought about it for a brief moment. I said, should I file a claim against that storage facility? Okay, let's be adults about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, my Christmas tree got damaged. The Christmas tree didn't get damaged. It was my it's a light up thing that I have for the fireplace. It's got like garland and stuff. It's got like garland and shit, and so it's, and it I plugged it in, don't work. So like a lot of my light up shit, my lights. So I just gotta get lights, and I planned on getting new Christmas light like decor and stuff, like the ornaments, because last year my little cousin, that little baby was bad as hell, man. That little girl, not last year, the year before. That little girl was bad as hell, man. I loved her though. She was such a sweetheart. I love all babies, even little bad babies. I was thinking about having my cousin come down here to visit me too. She's such a sweetheart. And, I was thinking about just paying for her like a little round trip ticket, because my daughters, they gonna stay there with their dad. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stay there with their dad. And then my youngest daughter, she gonna stay there with her baby dad, because her baby daddy is there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Anyway, I thought about it. I said, should I file a claim? Before you make important decisions like this, you have to understand that at that point, after you have taken a leap or a movement forward of some sort, Now you're taking an extra angle. So the road is forked. It's a fork in the road. And so you want to know what the hell is going to happen if you take the road where you actually call this company and say, hey, I paid for my stuff to be stored there. And, obviously it must have been getting some moisture. My dryer had gotten broken in the course of the time there. And so companies like that have insurance, and so this would get into the storage wars. So what you should do is you should ask your spirits, you should say, should I do it or shouldn't I? Would it be worth it? Because sometimes it's not worth it. Because obviously the Christmas lights and the $5 ornaments would be a goddamn sacrifice. Now, a dryer can run you, depending on where you buy it from, you can go to some of these swapping shops and you can get a dryer for $50 damn that works. Okay. Okay. And so, I mean, you'd have to consider where it came from. I prefer for my washers and dryers to be brand new. How about y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know what the fuck who the hell had that dryer prior to you. And the next thing you know, you buy a used dryer and your clothes be smelling weird. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are things. I think those are. I guess you could put some kind of cleaning agent in there, like some. I can imagine that ammonia would clear that stuff right out. Okay. But it's just, I don't know, guys. Okay, so anyway, my dryer didn't work. Like I plugged it in. Well, first of all, the house has I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 prong. I tried to get an adapter. We finally found, like, I ordered it from the manufacturer. It still didn't work. The dryer just stopped working. Okay, and I think it was because of the moisture. Okay, that was in that storage because right before we moved it into the storage, it worked. So I asked my spirit, should I make a claim with this company? And that's what we're gonna ask the cards today. We're gonna see what spirits want to say. And then you guys, y'all lucky to be watching me because if y'all got questions for the chat, I have a few extra minutes because I'm getting ready to have me like a midnight snack and relax for the night. If y'all want to ask a question, you can. But I'm just kind of showing y'all how the tarot can be very useful. Even if you have your own tarot cards. Now, what I felt was the energy of money. Sometimes the energy of money can feel very negative. But that's because of the storage facility's protection. Okay? And you can tell that they don't want that right now. So everybody can just calm down. They probably been watching. They like, Lord, something, it must have been leaking. And luckily it didn't leak onto my furniture. Even though I'm getting new furniture. All right, we're going to call to St. Michael for protection. Thank you. Okay, a couple of cards fell out. A couple of spirits. See? 2 spirits came out. These are the 2 spirits that began to kind of attack me. We know how to transmute that energy. Spirits, should I file an insurance claim with the storage facility? Yes or no? Okay, major arcana numbers is yes, odd numbers and core cards is no. Yeah. Well, the answer is yes. They answered yes. So I got to call them on Monday. I'm sorry. I don't think they're watching. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're going to have to file a claim. Spirits is saying, yeah, why you didn't do it a couple of months ago? You should have did it 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. See how the tarot will tell you? And right here, this hanged man is saying that I need to do it fast. Because, see, when it comes to energy, and that's what I was saying to my clients when it comes to paying an energetic debt. So they owe me for that, and they were trying to make a big deal about me leaving some bed rails for some reason. My movers left some bed rails, and they were like, oh, we're going to have to charge you like $75 for that. I was like, damn. I was like, you just can't let that slide. You know what I'm saying? Let that fly. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you can't do that. Like literally, like you can take them home, sis. You know, if you want. Anyway, I didn't get charged for it. It would have gone on my Cash App card. So even if they try to retaliate and do that, it's not gonna work because I don't use Cash App anymore. Spirits is definitely say file a, you're saying file a complaint with their insurance company. Spirits, how much do you see me getting from that insurance claim? Well, first of all, Spirits is telling me, guys, look at these cards. They're saying don't do it right now. They're saying don't do it right now. They're saying it wouldn't be worth it to do it right now, but to do it later. Right, Spirits? But show me if it's worth it. Hmm. So they're saying that I could have had a brand new washer and dryer months ago if I would have done it months ago. But see, they're saying that I wasn't thinking and I wasn't paying attention. And they're showing me what the problem is, which is partially my father. My father is such a sadistic nut. I still love my dad though. Tell me that y'all don't still love y'all father, even though your father can be a sadistic nut case. So basically, what Spirits is saying is that I should wait till the new year, the full card, sometime around the beginning of the year is what they are saying, or either it's the summertime to file that claim against them because they have insurance that will cover it. But I'm not going to be pursuing that right now because what Spirits is telling me is that it won't necessarily be worth it for what I have coming in and for what, you know what I'm saying, for what Spirits have in store for me. So right now, it's not a dire need for me to do that. And then also I have the option to not do it and to just take one for the team. You know what I'm saying? I think the tarot can be extremely useful when making decisions like that because what I could see is that going through that process with them would be extremely draining to my energy. It would be draining to me energetically, and that I would do better to either do it later or not do it at all. Okay, because to be honest with you, I only paid like I think I only paid like $100 for my dryer, and the dryer was used. So they're saying, well, think about it. The dryer wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And so you just do better financially with making the decision to not put your energy towards that. Okay. And then that hanged man card was telling me that they would kind of haggle on it, that they would not necessarily want to pay it. And then also the insurance company, because all you have to do is call them, talk to the manager, say, hey, who's your insurance provider? And then send them a demand letter. Okay, is what I could do. To me, the energy that it would take to put into it, and this is why I'm not going to pursue it. Okay. The feeling that I was getting from this reading is that the energy that it would take for me to file the claim, because I'm not going to lie and say that the dryer was worth $1,000. I'm not going to fucking do that. I have the inability to lie. I don't know how to do that shit. So it would literally be a $200 claim that would cost me about $2,000 worth of fucking energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when you do take one for the team, it's not take one for the team, but just financially, letting it go gives me more benefit than pursuing it. So to the storage company, because I went through public storage, okay? Y'all good. I love the customer service. They were very friendly. I have no problem with the people at that location. I will give them a good review. Okay? Seriously, because I don't just go around like hating on people's businesses like that. So I'm not going to go and, you know what I'm saying, add to any of their negativity. It's so the benefits would not be good for me, is what spirits advise me. So I'm not going to pursue it. Because it just wouldn't be worth it. So evidently, the spirit that wanted me, that even thought of the idea in the first place, it was a split second. I was thinking, I wonder if I can like somehow sue the storage company. It'd be different if I lost a whole bunch of baby pictures of my children. Like that would be a huge loss, because I have lost baby pictures of my children. And that's something that I get from my mother, because my mother probably would have pursued it, because that's how my mother is. So that energy that came to me was like, if you go down that road, it's not going to end up being worth it, and it'll be more headache than what it's worth. Especially when we getting ready to give you a brand new set. And I want one of them sets. That's what Spirit is giving me for Christmas, is a brand new washer and dryer set. And I want one of those kinds that are quiet. I don't want no loud ass washer and dryer. Okay. I can't with that. Okay. So if I were to even pursue it next year, it would still cause headache and wouldn't be worth it, because by the time that spirits are saying that I even should pursue it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a brand new washer and dryer, but part of the storage facility's bad energy did affect me for some reason, because y'all know I've been having to hang my stuff on the line to dry. Well, you know what? That shit gets old. Y'all remember months ago when I was like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm doing things old school. Nah. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Ain't gonna work. And I'm so busy. I am so busy, guys, that I just, don't really have time. So my washer works, but the dryer just doesn't work. So, I'm just going to get a new one for myself for Christmas. This Christmas is going to be amazing for everybody. in my circle. And then also for other people, especially when we go through that transit on the 21st. Okay. So, you know, but I know that some of you guys have goals that you're trying to meet right now before that, and I'm on the same page with you. But for me, I have to buy new everything. I need new beds. I need new couches. I've got to furnish this whole house. So for me, what I do is I tend to look at the big picture or the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I tend to look at the bigger picture, and I tend to look at the things that I have rather the things that I don't have, because you're always going to need something. You know what I'm saying? Just like the more money that you make or the more money that you have to spend, the more you do have to deal with for some reason for a lot of us. So a lot of people are like, screw that. I want $1 million in the bank right now. And I get that because so do I. And the only thing that I can tell you is that you just have to really look and see when that road is going to open for you. And then realize that there are negative energies that are going to work in opposition of you. A lot of times they are ancestors and not the good ones. Not the good ones, just to let y'all know. Because what they do is they are living in the time that they existed. So, for example, if you're a black person and you feel negatively affected by slavery, then that is because you are having a past life regression and you are dealing with the spirits and the energies of the past. And if that ancestor wants you to fulfill their right, then they are wrong. Okay, unless it's something that needs justice. Now, one thing I was going to come and talk about tonight is the fact that we got some stuff to talk about, y'all. I might have to come back during the witching hour. Okay, I found out that rapists can get custody of their kids. Rapists. In a lot of states, rapists can get custody of their kids. If a rape victim decides to keep the baby, the man can come back and demand custody or parental rights. Hearing that broke my heart. You don't expose a small child to a rapist. And you definitely don't give a rapist time alone with any child or adult. I'm just telling you what I know. So we gonna make some changes in the law coming up just in case, because we don't want any of these children slipping through the cracks. So trust me, guys, I have a lot of shit going on with the deep state. Okay, I am knee deep in shit and I am the fool. Upright. I trust in God because I feel like this is what I'm here for. First of all, giving a rapist access to a child is not the correct thing. So whoever wrote that into law, we need to find out. We need to put that person in jail and we need to change all of the laws. And that's why Donald Trump is not in office anymore because he was a rape apologist. He said you should just walk up to women and grab them by their pussy as if, and that was a problem. Okay, so just speaking to the goddess about this, that shouldn't be happening. And these women have an intuition to protect their children. So that broke my heart earlier today. Okay, when I heard about that. And so we're gonna find out, and we're gonna do some research on rapists getting access to their children. Not just a woman lying about being raped, because sometimes women lie about being raped. This happens all the time, where they just blatantly lie about being raped. No, we're talking about actual violent crimes where the man probably beat the woman within an inch of her life and raped her, and she decided to carry his seed, and then he gets access to the child. So this is something that's been on my mind heavily tonight, and I'm trying to work through all of this. Okay? Because these are things that went unnoticed to me for a very long time, and I'm not happy with it. First of all, if you give access of a child to a rapist, what the fuck else is a rapist going to do to that child? So something has gotten lost in the shinning or something. I don't know what the fuck, who was writing these laws, but we got to change them. So we got to get everybody into formation, okay, is what we got to do. I'm not talking about if your girlfriend got mad and said, you raped me, you don't love me, I'm mad at you. I'm talking about when there is, and see, there's laws in different states. I think Alabama doesn't allow rapists. It's some kind of real tough law in Alabama on rape, but it varies in different states. There was a woman in Florida that had to allow her child to go and see the father, even though the father raped her. And it was a non-acquaintance rape too, which there is no difference between non-acquaintance rape and violent rape. It's all violent, it's all disgusting, it's all despicable. Because if it's meant for two animals to mate with each other, they're going to be attracted to each other. Nobody has to rape anybody. Okay? So something ain't right with that. And we've all saw the movies, The Entity, and other stuff. And so it's not to say that these men can't be forgiven, but for God's sake, why would you give them access to a child at any stage of its life? So this is something that I've been thinking about all night and been wanting to talk about because it needs to be talked about, because the only way we're going to heal men is by giving it to them straight and giving it to them raw, and not being rape apologists. Now, if a grown woman makes a decision to lay down and have sex with somebody, because it's a gray area, between romance and, I guess, rape. I guess we've discovered the dividing line between that, where it's a thin line, to where sometimes pursuing a woman can almost resemble the act of pouncing on this woman and not giving her a choice because she can't refuse for some reason or the other. There's a thin line between that. But for a violent person to violently rape you, okay, if you're just walking down the street and the rapist rapes you, steals your ID, knows your name, because if he's going to rape you, he might rob you. And, let's keep it real. So he gets to take custody of your kid, and he's a rapist, And see, then it kind of, especially when it comes to an acquaintance. So these things are very obvious. Sometimes a person that would commit acquaintance rape, that's kind of worse than violent rapists, in my opinion. So this is something that going in the future, I'm going to ask Spirit about that because it's going to be very tricky because there's women that can lie, and then that's the problem. So I'm going to ask Spirit about that. But I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, if you covered by Spirit and you doing what you supposed to do, a rapist would not have access to your child. Spirits, what messages do you have for this in the future? Yeah, they getting ready to do something with the laws on that. But it's because women don't pay much attention to it. And that's because most of the rapes go unreported. Yeah. Yeah, in the next few years, they are going to start talking about that more often. So here's what I want to say to all of you women. It's very, very important for you to protect your energy. Not because rape is not about sex, it's not about sexual desire. It's not about that. It's about control. It's about damaging somebody mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, so make sure that you guys are being conscious and consciously aware of your body because they don't need to physically rape you. That's just like they don't need to kill you to get adrenochrome. They don't need to be in front of you beating the hell out of you to get adrenochrome. I told y'all that. They fed for 3 days straight on my adrenaline to the point where I was so tired that I couldn't even go and cook dinner. And all of it came right back to me. So, a lot of people are feeding off of your adrenaline more than you know. And some of y'all have a lot of adrenaline to feed on. But it's not necessarily meant for them to just come in and feed off of that energy. That energy eventually was supposed to make you think. So at the end of the day, they're still wrong, even if it's extra, even if it's in excess. That Ra himself created himself out of primal chaos. So the chaos that they cause in your mind during the feeding process, which is supposed to be fear, because at the end of the day, even when you're an adult and you're having some kind of anxiety attack or anxiety, they are feeding off of you. Okay? So the reason why it would not be advisable is because it would start a feeding process that wouldn't be worth it for me. So instead of me opening up that doorway, I'd rather close that doorway completely and move forward and gain more. Okay, is that understandable for y'all? Are y'all following me? How many people are in the chat? There's 6 of you in the chat. I know a lot of you guys, you're just like, but I think it depends on the individual situation. You see what I'm saying? I think that it depends on the individual situation. Now, what Spirit is telling me is that if my dryer was worth $1,000, then hell yeah, I would have done that months ago. They like, you would have been done filed some kind of claim with them. They're talking to me. Like, that's how my spirits talk to me. They're like, hey, if your dryer was worth $1,000, you would have done it months ago, because you would have been pissed about your electronics somehow, being affected by some kind of moisture. And that's what it is. That's what would cause any of your electricity. Your If you put your stuff in storage, and see, this is where the storage industry is about to come for me. And so, and they don't need to come for me because many of the people, unless they've got, look, if somebody has a $50,000 set of goddamn silverware, or a goddamn $100,000 fucking, that shit that's in there, that shit is savage. You can throw that shit is, you can throw all that shit away. Cause if a person really has some fucking shit, they not gonna put it in a goddamn storage facility. If you had some shit like, y'all know, silverware and shit, and y'all sleep on that shit when it comes to real silver and China. Okay, I'm talking about China. Okay, like if you had a China cabinet, if you stored fucking $100,000 worth of rare China up in that motherfucker, you ain't tripping off of that shit anyway, for real. In fact, you probably wouldn't have even need to put your shit in storage at all. You just would have, done something different. But that ain't what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why when you chase petty shit, you end up living in a fucking petty situation instead of rising above it and ascending above it. You always think somebody owe you, but you don't really see. All you see is the opportunity to go back and say, oh, this happened. But instead, because you were doing that, you missed the bigger opportunity, which was the big salmon that was coming for you. So instead, you took your energy and you wasted it towards some fucking lawsuit when you could have had more. That's the point that I'm making. And I'm talking real cash money to y'all right now. For real. I ain't bullshitting with y'all. I'm talking real money and wealth to y'all right now. When you don't do petty shit like that, when you above petty, you manifest wealth. And you just gotta build upon that instead of being petty. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Ain't nobody chatting or nothing. Y'all real quiet and shit. Anyway, and so right before I was getting ready to do that reading, I decided to go live and do it instead and share this with you guys because it's wisdom. And it's the energy of wealth. Klonic, Oshun, Yemiya, Lord Ganesha, they all enjoy that energy of somebody that understands that, because wisdom is understanding. If you understand the world and you understand people, you have a less hard time when you understand somebody. And you don't have to play victim. Okay? You don't have to go and say, "Oh, I'm playing victim because I'm so weak." No, you manifest off of that because that company is going to manifest more off of you, some of these corporations and stuff. Okay? So be careful getting caught up in that trap of, "Oh, I'm going to sue, I'm going to file a claim, I'm going to do this." I think that if you were in dire straits, because baby, when I first got to Georgia in 2015, I was sitting up in a hotel room with only 2 weeks with a place to live. With 2 weeks, my father had paid a week and an organization had paid another week. Okay. And I had to make a lawsuit happen in less than 2 weeks. And I did it like I did it. Like the company overnighted me a check. I had been demanding some money from them. I presented them with an offer and they cut me a check. And that was how I was able to move into my first place. And then I didn't even use really none of that money to move into the place because shit, I was spending that money on food and shit. I was tearing up them damn. Ooh, you know what my favorite junk food is? Is Checkers, them loaded fries. So I ended up getting clients and stuff. And back, you know what? Actually, I don't know what happened. It was just by the grace of God because when I got here to Georgia, I was on God's good graces. I kind of love being boo boo the fool. Just think about it when you completely trust in God and the universe, how far it can take you. And people will say, oh, you a fool, you stupid. But you know what? It seems to be working. That's why they say God protects babies and fools, because when you a fool, that means that you trust in God, which is an amazing thing. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring y'all that inspiration because what it does is it gets y'all cog wheels running and they get to moving. You know what I'm saying? And so I actually like when I see people repeating some of the stuff that I say, it's actually pretty flattering because I know that I'm having an impact. You know what I'm saying? So it don't bother me, you know what I'm saying, when people take my ideas and they may apply it in some kind of way to their own stuff. That lets me know that I am being the proper inspiration for people, and that lets me know that also I'm leading by example, which is what I always want to do. Okay? So anyway, that's all I wanted to say to y'all. I will see y'all later. I'm about to eat. And I'm about to watch a movie because I actually got kind of inebriated. I've had a couple of glasses of wine, thank the gods. Whenever you drink wine, though, you should thank Jesus first. Like, thank you, Jesus, because Jesus created wine. He did. So that's why I like Jesus, because Jesus created wine and Jesus is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you call him Jesus or Jesus, it don't matter. And you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll see y'all later. Peace and love.